For more than 20 years, the B.A.L.L Foundation in Detroit has hosted a summer basketball camp for children and for teens. The program not only sharpens the kids' athletic skills, but it also improves their social and life skills. The camp teaches children valuable lessons about maintaining a healthy diet and getting regular exercise. The kids also spend time working on their math and their reading skills, important during the summer. The foundation's overall goal is to empower the kids to tap into their fullest potential and become well-rounded citizens. Here with me now is the organization's founder and president, Randy Henry, along with one of the young camp participants, Jade Goodloe. Welcome to American Black Journal.
Thanks for having us.
So, Randy, this is something you know a little bit about. Let's start with that. What made you think about a basketball camp for children?
You know, I started 23 years ago with the basketball camp. The Boys and Girls Club of Lloyd H. Deal was about to close down. And so we started it by having the camp and buying memberships for the kids. And as it evolved, my wife was saying, look, we got to do a little bit more than just basketball.
Yeah.
So we started the educational piece, conflict resolution. Mike Cheatham over at the Co-American Bank came in and started teaching a financial class with our young kids. Dr. Joseph Kimbrough came in and he's heading up our STEM program. And we're just trying to work with our kids, like you said earlier in your intro, become well-rounded citizens. The basketball, we branched out to volleyball now, so that's our draw to bring them in.
Yeah.
But we want them to be good people, because when it's all said and done, basketball has done tremendous things for me. You know, I work at Channel 4, I've been there 32 years, because I can read and write. And I've been a stickler on that with my kids. I don't want to be around nobody who can't read and write. So I brought a young lady with me today who's done a tremendous job in school, and she's a tremendous athlete.
Yeah. So Jade, you are one of the camp participants. Tell me how you came to be involved in it and what you feel you're getting out of the program.
Well, I've heard of it over church. They shown his program. This is my third year being here.
Oh, this is your third year in the camp. Very good.
We don't just do basketball, we also do education with our teacher, Dr. Kimbrough, and we learn about what we're going to do and that we need to learn from our experiences.
Yeah.
The basketball piece, we scrimmage. Boys with boys and girls.
Boys and girls on the same team, right?
We compete. We do drills, running, stretching when we get there.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, of the week, we get to play with the coaches and compete with them. And
we haven't lost. I just want to say that. In all the 23 years, we haven't lost to the kids. We may have to cheat a little bit because they're kind of young. So.
But that's, and we get medals, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And you don't mind having to do schoolwork during the summer. That doesn't bother you?
No.
See, I think my kids would say, I don't want to do math or reading in summer. I'd rather just play basketball.
Dr. Kimbrough makes it fun.
Yeah.
When we're doing it, you can tell that he cares what our future is.
Yeah. I mean, I would think that in Detroit, where we have lost so much of the support that kids used to have, you know, when I grew up in the city, there was a rec center in my neighborhood. And as you point out, the Boys and Girls Clubs were still in lots of places in the city. That's all gone, or at least a very tattered network. This sort of steps in to fill that gap.
You know, we're trying to fill up that hole in that, like you said, junior high schools, they were all open. That's what we're trying to do now is bring our kids in. We're over at Cass Technical High School right now. The principal there, Ms. Phillips, has done a tremendous job giving us availability to classrooms as well as 2 gyms. So we take up both our gyms and working out. But my biggest thing with the kids is this. Sports is a great medium to move you forward in life and get an education.
Well, and you're a great example.
And I was drafted by the Pistons in '76, didn't make it. I should have made it, that's another story. But the thing is, having the degree has allowed me, I've taught high school at Northwestern, I taught at Highland Park Community College, I coached at U of D, so I've been at Renaissance High School. So having a degree says one thing to the person across the table for you, that this person can learn. And when I went to Channel 4, when I came out of college, there were no computers at Channel 4. and now you cannot even operate. We have a new machine called the ELC, Enhanced Live Control, which does all the things. It runs all the cameras. I came here today and I was really shocked to see somebody behind the camera.
We have people still operating cameras here at DPT.
But you know, the way to move forward, the educational piece is so important to me that you got to be able to read and write if you're going to be successful.
Yeah. Jade, what do you think you would be doing if you weren't in the camp? Tell me a little about where you live in Detroit and what your neighborhood has for you other than this.
Our neighborhood, we have a couple of like rec centers, but it's not really the same.
No.
It doesn't give the whole full piece, but there are a couple places that offers basketball camps.
Yeah, yeah. And so what do you feel like is different with this particular basketball camp?
In my opinion, I think it's a lot more funner to be. It's just a great environment.
Yeah, yeah.
Great people there.
Where do the kids mostly come from for the program?
You know, most of my kids come from the inner city, you know, and a lot of them.
But all over.
But all over. I mean, we have kids from Canton, and I'll give you a real quick story. We had a kid come in, and he came out from Canton. We had 204 campers that year, and he was the only you know, white kid that was there.
Yeah.
And his mom said, I don't know if this is what I want. I put my arm around him and I said, look, let me have him for one day. And I said, if he doesn't like it, you can have your money back. Everybody started calling him Ricky Rubio. Long story short, he wrote an essay on me for that one day. And the Ford Motor Company, he won a $2,500 scholarship.
Really?
And they called me a quiet hero. And I didn't know what was going on. They invited me to come down to the event. And he wrote this essay on me on that one day, how I made him feel so much comfortable in that situation. Yeah. So my thing is, it's open to anybody to come down there. And what we're trying to do is reach kids who want to learn, who want to be better people. And I say, like, I brought Jade, she came on Channel 4 with me, so she's just a tremendous example of what we're trying to do, what we're trying to get out of it. Yeah. She's a great student, and she's a great athlete.
Yeah, I always ask people who are working with kids in the city right now, I think, you know, it's a very interesting time in Detroit's history. We have a lot of tensions and problems that I think are starting to boil over in ways. But I'm always curious, people who are working with kids in the city, what you see from them, what the potential that you see in them, and what they tell you about what they need and what they want.
And here's the thing, and when I'm glad you said that. When I have an open discussion with a young kid, I always encourage you could be a lot more than what you are right now and use your energies in a positive way. But I see greatness in these kids that they don't even see in themselves.
Yeah.
And I'm saying if you turn this anger around, if you turn this, I want to be the top dog, but you got to bring somebody along with you. You got to help somebody else along the way. And that's always been my point, to help other people get to where they're trying to go. Because so many people helped me over my life. It's just unbelievable how many. But I see greatness in our young people, that they can get it done if they're guided in the right direction. And that's why we have people come in, and when I talk about the banking, and I'll give you a quick example. Michael Cheatham talked about Nikes they had on, the Sean Johns, and then he said, here's how much that stock costs. Well, you can own a couple shares of stock in Nike if you all them $200 gym shoes. The gym shoes are going to wear out, regardless. I don't care whether they're going to wear out. But that stock
will pay over time.
And then those are the kind of things that they're not thinking about. And so my job is to get them thinking about some things beyond, or out, as they say, outside the box.
Yeah.
As the future with entrepreneurship, jobs are being lost because of automation.
Sure.
So you got to start thinking about owning your own business. And small business is what's going to grow this city. It's going to grow our young people to have jobs. They got to get involved with small business.
Yeah. So Jade, when you think 5, 10, 15 years down the road, what do you see yourself doing here in Detroit or elsewhere?
Well, I have 2 plans, actually.
2 plans. That's
two
good.
plans.
That's right. A plan and a backup.
Ready.
Right.
Yeah, I have a backup plan. So if I want to play high school ball, and if I still keep up my work, make it to college ball, and if I'm still getting better, the WNBA.
Oh, that's a great goal.
And then my backup plan, I actually have 2. I wanted to be study as a photographer, or like study in the medical business, because that's what my mom studied.
Okay, there you go. So I mean, and that's the example, right?
It's a great
You're
example.
talking about athletics, but also these other things.
But she's special in this event. She has two great parents who are supporting her. And so it's sometimes we getting kids who only have one parent or they're not supportive of what they're trying to do. So not that I'm filling the gap to be their parent, but I want to be that encouragement. I want to be that conduit that says, look, you can do it, and then help them in the direction where they need to go. But she has two great parents who are supporting her.
That's important.
And that's very vital.
All right. Well, thanks for being here, and good luck to you, Jade.
Thank you.
Appreciate for having us.
Yeah.